this thing called the Pluto Phases. It is basically the point Pluto minus 135 degrees. And the thing about this point is, it is the most powerful point in astrology, and I have discovered it. So why am I saying that this is the most powerful point? I'm saying it because I have gone through all of history. I have watched hundreds, if not thousands of movies of throughout history, at least since movies was being made since the 1920s, 1910s, I think. Yeah. So I know exactly what has happened because of the Pluto phases. I know exactly what is happening and exactly what is going to happen. Maybe not exactly, but I know the whole picture, have the whole picture. It is something that nobody has. It is something that nobody wants you to know, because there are too many vested interests in keeping the world going the way it is going. As at all times in history, there will be vested interests. There will be people in power who want to keep going. Those who don't want you to see what is the real truth. There are so many people who say the same thing that I'm saying, and then they say that they have the truth. Well, they are close. In a lot of ways, they are close, but in a lot of ways, I think they are very far from the real truth of what is happening. Just give an example. According to my Pluto phases, we were in the Leo phase from 2003 to 2016. And you could see, even in everything in your life, how the Leo phase affected it. How you were forced to be positive and optimistic and go out there and do something and be masculine. No. If you have a basic grasp of astrology, you know Leo is a masculine sign. It's possibly the most masculine sign. So we had not only men behaving extra masculine, we also have women behaving masculine. That's why it is so powerful. The Pluto phases are so powerful. It affects every single thing. It even makes women become men, and men become extra male. And in the next phase, which is the Virgo phase, you will see the opposite. You'll see women become extra feminine, and then men becoming feminine. That's what's going to happen. Just watch me. Just watch the world. Just watch me be vindicated. Just watch my words come true. Virgo phases 2017 to 32. See how everything becomes feminine. It's already started with feminism. Feminism has been there all the time, but you know that it has become extra strong now. It's only going to get stronger. So that's what's going to happen. So how did I come by this? Well, if you look in the solar system, all the planets, we have Pluto as the farthest one, and because of that, in astrology, it is the most powerful planet. So I took Pluto, the position of Pluto. and then all the planets are going in a clockwise direction. I mean anti-clockwise direction. So I worked out that the clockwise direction, you take the most positive aspect in astrology, that is 120 degrees, and give it a little bit of influence, that is half of a sign. A sign is 30 degrees, so half of 15 degrees. Half of 30 degrees, that's 15 degrees. So 120 degrees is the most positive aspect in astrology, plus this 15 degrees for a little bit of sphere of influence. Uh, that's the point of maximum influence. So you just consider that Pluto has been through all that entire space, because it goes anti-clockwise. When it goes anti-clockwise, like all the other planets, it's affecting all the signs that it has been through. And at 120 degrees, it will be the most positive aspect. And then you give another 15 degrees because its effect is still not gone. It's still there because it's still the most powerful planet in the zodiac. So Pluto minus 135 degrees. As you all know, right now Pluto is in Capricorn. Okay, you take 120 degrees, it is Virgo, the next Earth sign, the previous Earth sign, and you take another 15 degrees. It will be the beginning of Virgo, because right now Pluto is in the middle of Capricorn, so, and a little ahead of the middle. So right now we are at 8 degrees Virgo. That's Pluto minus 135 degrees is at 8 degrees Virgo. So now we are in the Virgo phase. So everything is going to be about Earth, about sustainability, about being not being overconfident like we were in the Leo phase. Leo phase was from 2003 to 16. So that's what I have to say, because that's how our world works. That's how everything works. And if you are prepared, you will benefit from it, or at least stay safe. You can see basically, if it is the Virgo phase, the opposite sign of Virgo is Pisces. So Pisces will have a hard time, trying to calm down people, trying to create illusions like Netflix and movies and things like that. And the signs squaring Virgo are Gemini and Sagittarius. So Gemini is regarding technology and communication and journalism and free speech. So all this will be suffering in the Virgo phase. And the other one is Sagittarius is also squared by Virgo. So Sagittarius is learning, that student debt, loan debt, and too big universities, too too expensive university fees, and education becoming worthless. All the degrees that you accumulated in the Leo phase are going to be worthless, and the student loans are going to be hard to pay off. And then travel is going to be expensive or impossible, or maybe it will be too cheap, and the aviation industry will go bankrupt. That is the airlines industries and the aircraft manufacturing industries will go bankrupt, as well as the education. So this is kind of the thing that you can expect in the Virgo phase, which is from 2017 to 2032. So, beyond that, what what does the Pluto phases show through history? If we look at the Pluto phases, let's see the first sign, that's Aries. It was from the year 1949 to 1964. During that time, people were very boisterous, like masculine, just like the Leo phase that we just came out of. So, you know, you know, women behave like men, just like in the Leo phase. It's I'll give some movies. Lawrence of Arabia was in 1963. So Lolita was in 1962. Psycho was in 1960. Breakfast at Tiffany's 1960. To Kill a Mockingbird 1962. All these movies, you can see the theme is about being like a warrior. That's what Aries is. A warrior, speaking out, doing new things. Women behaving like men, because the masculinity will just overpower everyone, just like it did in the Leo phase, 2003 to 16. Then it was the Taurus phase, 1965 to 78. It is much more beautiful and musical and all that. So, some movies: The Graduate, 1967. The Sound of Music, 1965. The Godfather, 1972. The Exorcist, 1973. It is also kind of terrifying. Taurus is, very earth sign, so the gravity is there. Jaws, 1975. Godfather 2, 1974. Taxi Driver, 1976. Carrie, 1976. The French Connection, 1971. What I noticed in the French Connection is that even though it's about, I think it was about spying and things like that. Also the other thing was the Cold War. French Connection. Cold War happened during this time. 1965 to 78, the Taurus phase. And the Taurus rules the neck. So just think about what was the scariest thing in The Exorcist. It was the girl's neck turning 360 degrees. And you would see, if you would go back to those movies and if you watch them, you will see there will be a lot of focus on the neck. They won't be realizing that they're doing it, but that's what it. And the voice will be beautiful of all the people. So that's the Taurus phase. I'm not going into it because everything is Taurus in that. If I go into it, you have to look into it. Other than that, that's all I can't say anything. Gemini phase, 1979 to 89. This is about technology. A movie in it is Terminator, 1984. It was like all about technology, and to the maximum extent they could take it, that was time travel. Time travel was the maximum extent to which they could take the technology at that time. The other movies like Alien 1979, The Extraterrestrial 1982. The Shining has the twins in it. because Taurus is a twin sign. That's the scariest scene in The Shining. Two girls standing at the end of a corridor. Top Gun. See, they are not. They don't. I don't think anyone knows that this is the Gemini phase because I'm the one who discovered it. So this is such a powerful influence that it is there in it, even if people don't want it in it. That's how powerful it is. Top Gun. I would say it's about technology. So, and Gemini opposite sign is Sagittarius, which is about travel. So that's why all the planes in it. Fatal Attraction. And I haven't seen Fatal Attraction, but let's see who's the cast in it. It's Glenn Close. Who is Glenn Close? Born 19 March 1947. Let's see the chart. Glenn Close has moon in Aquarius. So there you go. Air sign. As Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius. So if there is the sun isn't there, and she's a Pisces, she still has the moon there, moon and Venus. So she was very much suited for the Gemini phase. So this is how I see things. So I'm just explaining to you how I see the Pluto phases in everything. Next one is Cancer phase, 1990 to 2002. God, it was very moody, still very beautiful, feminine sign. So let's see, the movie is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Oh my god, the guy was constantly crying in that movie. Right? Yeah, it was all, everybody was crying all the time. Jurassic Park 1993. Even the movies about made by a Sagittarius, Steven Spielberg, there wasn't much crying in it, but still, I don't remember, but there should have been a lot of crying, or at least it's going into the past, into the deep, distant past. That's what Cancer does. Shawshank Redemption. It is not crying, but we cried watching it. So that's what it. Toy Story. It's a story. It's an emotional thing. Mission Impossible. It is by Cancer sign. Tom Cruise is Cancer. Titanic, all crying in tears. It's set in water. The Matrix. It's all in water. It's all about dreams and imagination and about the things that you can't see. Ocean's 11. Ocean. It's there, right in there. Okay. Leo phase 2003 to 16. Saw 2004. Scary movie. Dark Knight. It's just too masculine. Everything is just too masculine in this time. Kill Bill Volume 1. A woman behaving like a man. That's what Leo faces. Everything is masculine now. Even women are masculine. The Bourne Ultimatum, Avatar, Iron Man, Spider-Man 2, Finding Nemo, Inception, The Social Network, Tangled, magical fairy tale like a Leo, The Dark Knight Rises, The Twilight Saga, Eclipse. It's all masculine. Virgo phase is going to be feminine. 2017 to 2032, everything is going to be feminine. Men are going to behave feminine. So that's my explanation of what I have discovered. If you want to buy my reports, just go to lifeprediction.net and buy my report, or you can have a consultation, or you can get my ebook, which is only $25, which explains everything that happened. Um, it doesn't actually explain, it puts down the history since through Aries phase to the Virgo phase that we are now, and seeing what can happen in the future. And all the books and movies and the, the songs are listed in all the phases, as well as the previous Leo phases beyond the 1940s. Beyond 1940s, what happened in the previous phases, all the phases from Aries to Pisces, all the phases, um, what what we just went through, and the phases beyond that. I mean, like going up to be right before BC. So that's there in my ebook, Ultimate Astrology Secret, and you can download that after you pay the price. Of course, that's $25. And then, if you want to buy my report, that's a full timeline report. I've made a timeline for you people based on your chart. Come on, make use of it. I am pricing it at $99, though you can get the free one, the free version, also on my website. The timeline is like, I will look at, it's automatic. I will look at where the Pluto point is, Pluto minus 135 is in your chart, and what angles it's making to your planets, if it's a positive angle or a negative angle. And the positive angles are, the score is the positive angles minus the negative angles, and I'll get a score for each of the phases, and you'll get a timeline that goes in your life, which you have to see, and based on the timeline you know exactly what's happening in your life. Don't you want to see that? Don't you want to see exactly what is happening in your life? Go to my website lifeprediction.net and get your report. Then, if you want a consultation on Skype or Gtalk or WhatsApp or on Twitter, you want to send me DMs, you can do that, or on Facebook. You can do that. If you buy the consultation, that will include the timeline and your full timeline report, which is also there in the previous one that I said, that's $99. You'll get a report that is for each of the phases, how each of your planets are affected. There will be a full report which is like 11 pages that you'll get in that $99 report. And if you buy the consultation, you'll get the report, the timeline, your little chart, and you can have a consultation with me. That's $199. And if you go for the all-in-one option, you will get the ebook in addition to all of this for just $209. So you're not doing the math, but it's way lesser if you do all together. So that's what I'm explaining. That's what I have for you. And I would say, why wait? We have been waiting throughout history for something that actually makes sense. Of what our lives are. Get your report.